After supporting my boyfriend through his postdoc, Ryan dumped me, claiming my education wasn't good enough for intellectual compatibility. I threw my latte in his face, splattering Emily's new Louis Vuitton. 9 years meant nothing. Huh. Fine. Pay up with interest. Emily sprang up shrieking. Claire! Are you insane? Do you know how much this costs? I coolly examined my chipped nail polish. Of course. My credit card statement remembers. Ryan's face darkened as nearby coffee drinkers turned to stare. Claire! Stop embarrassing us. He hissed, arm tightening around Emily's shaking shoulders. Embarrassing? I leaned back in the cracked leather booth, studying this stranger who'd once whispered future plans into my hair. Where exactly did your girlfriend get money for designer bags? Ryan? From your NSF grant? His jaw twitched. You've become so materialistic. Claire. The girl I loved. The girl who worked 3 jobs so you could present at APS conferences? My laugh tasted bitter. We'd been hometown sweethearts from flyover country, his widowed mother's pride. My parents' cautionary tale about dating project guys. Emily sniffled into his shoulder. Ryan mechanically patted her back like troubleshooting lab equipment. This isn't working anymore. I'll repay everything. I slid over the spreadsheet. Principal plus 7% APR. Venmo works. His eyes bulged at the total. Emily peeked and gasped. Relocation bonus just cleared. Ryan muttered, transferring funds with trembling fingers. The notification ping echoed through my hollow chest. Emily flashed tearful triumph. You should focus on yourself now. Claire. A woman's prime doesn't last. I pocketed my phone. Keep the dress. Consider it hazard pay for trash removal. My roommate Jessica nearly tore her sheet mask whooping when I got home. Serves that mama's boy right. His little lab cupcake can enjoy subsidized Chanel now. I tossed the coffee-stained LV on our IKEA sofa. Know any resellers? Claire. Jessica brandished a La Mer jar. First we get you proper highlights. Then. I stared at my reflection, same thrift store cardigan. New emptiness behind the eyes. 9 years of shared instant noodles. Conference all-nighters. His mother's hospital bills, all reduced to a Venmo receipt. The mascara-streaked face in Jessica's selfie light whispered possibilities even my thesis advisor never suggested. Maybe becoming the villain in Ryan's origin story wasn't the worst plot twist. You keep walking around barefaced every day. Don't you feel guilty wasting that face and figure? It's practically criminal. I shrugged helplessly. Can't afford it. Jessica gave me a complicated look. Top sales performer company-wide. Employee of the year 3 times running. The queen of hustle. If you're broke, what does that make the rest of us? I sighed. There's this condo I want. You know how prices are here. My funds are tight. Jessica's expression turned even more pained. Are you trying to make me feel worse? We started at the same time and you're already buying property? It's not sudden. I've been looking for ages. Thought Ryan and I would settle down after his graduation. Turns out I was the only one serious about it. I'd quickly pivoted to a smaller unit in another complex. Between my savings and my parents' down payment assistance. It should work. They handed me the money, couldn't exactly ignore the hint. Jessica gave me a thumbs up. Claire. Absolute legend. Ryan seemed to vanish from my life without the expected heartache. The moment I'd seen him holding Emily's hand, every thread connecting us had snapped clean. But seriously, Claire, you should consider dating again. Don't waste your best years. On the subway, Jessica continued her campaign. My heart remained placid as a mountain lake. All I crave is financial domination. Men need not apply. Jessica persisted. Let me curate some options. Premium selections only. You know I've got taste. My peripheral vision caught a tall, broad-shouldered Adonis standing diagonally across the car. Raven hair styled with artful carelessness. Nose like a Greek statue. barely legal drinking age. A basic white button-down somehow looked bespoke on him. I tilted my chin. See that? Anyone below his tier needn't apply. Jessica brightened. Challenge accept, the godling suddenly turned toward us. His profile had been devastating enough. The full frontal assault nearly shattered my composure. Since when did the world stockpile this many beautiful creatures? Mercifully, he soon returned to his phone. I exhaled unnoticed. Jessica deadpanned, prepare for eternal solitude then. Getting caught objectifying strangers should have been mortifying. Yet fate decreed he exited at our stop, walked our direction, and ultimately swiped into our office building. Our manager beamed. Claire, meet Liam, our new hire. Show him the ropes? Me internally, can we rewind the space-time continuum? Now. The manager added. Liam, this is your golden opportunity. Learn from the best. I know. Thank you, Mr. Thompson. His voice matched his face, unfairly melodic. Then those hazel eyes landed on me. And thank you, I hurried. Claire. His lips curved. Thank you, Claire. By lunchtime, wildfire gossip had engulfed every department. My phone buzzed nonstop with colleagues fishing for details about Liam. Except one text, Jessica, this is fate's sign. Fresh meat Claire. Hunt. Me, I'd prefer to remain employed. And human. Thanks. Claire Mitchell. 22. Graduated from a top-tier finance program. Not to mention that face and those long legs. The most important thing in life is self-awareness. Jessica Carter shrugged, it's only a 5-year age gap. Ryan could date a sophomore. Why can't you go for younger guys? She immediately retracted her message and sent 3 yuck emojis in rapid succession, probably feeling Ryan's name had contaminated her phone. Besides, May-December romances are trendy now. If Claire would just put in minimal effort, she'd have guys lining up. I ignored her. Lunchtime arrived, and several colleagues took Liam Harrison out with us. Our usual lunch spots clustered around this area, with plenty of good options on the 2nd and 3rd floors. We settled at our regular buffet spot, bustling with customers. Despite being new, Liam proved easygoing, quiet but engaging, clearly raised with good manners. Everyone warmed up quickly, holding a small plate at the fruit station where Liam stood. I finally seized my chance. I'd meant to clarify the morning's incident but hadn't found privacy. Liam? He turned with a smile. Claire, what would you like? Let me get it for you. TSK. Since when did kids become so smooth? I cleared my throat. Pineapple. Thanks. Also, about the subway joke this morning. He handed me sliced pineapple, tilting his head. No worries. His eyes crinkled. Lychees? I spun to see fresh lychees being restocked and nodded eagerly. Absolutely. These beat pineapple any day. A shocked voice cut through. Claire? My good mood evaporated. Turning, I found Ryan Sullivan and Emily Cooper. Ryan's face darkened as his gaze bounced between me and Liam. New boyfriend? How rich. That accusatory tone. I smiled frostily. Since when do you get opinions on my life? You didn't consult me when upgrading girlfriends. He flushed. Thanks to mutual friends concerned updates. I knew Ryan had flaunted his new relationship immediately after our breakup. Not to mention Emily sending me their make-out photos pre-breakup. His eyes slid to Liam. Claire, I want you happy. Don't let opportunists take advantage. Ah. Implying Liam's untrustworthy. I nodded. Experience teaches caution, doesn't it? Emily yanked Ryan's arm. Her expression stormier than when her LV got stained, despite today's new Gucci. Ryan seemed to remember himself. Tension thickening until Liam's warm voice intervened, shrimp platter. Claire? His tone held gentle amusement. Utterly unfazed by the drama. My eyes lit up. Yes. They left. I sighed at Liam. Sorry you got dragged into that. No problem. Back at our table, Jessica elbowed me, whispering, saw the trash duo. They looked ready to murder each other, barely touched their food. I picked up a crawfish and sighed. Guess people go crazy when they suddenly get rich. Back in college, Ryan was a broke student barely scraping by on ramen noodles and cafeteria meals. Even after he started getting better stipends from his PhD program, I still hated seeing him spend money. I'd slip him cash sometimes, telling him to focus on his studies. Turns out all that money ended up as dresses and makeup for some other girl. Jessica scoffed. And here I thought it was true love. Looks pretty mediocre to me. Ryan doesn't even look that great. I ignored her, watching Liam expertly grill meat while happily munching on lychees. A coworker joked, Claire, Liam just started here and you're already bossing him around? All those snacks are your favorites. I froze, suddenly realizing the table was indeed filled with my preferred foods. Liam smiled first. I happened to hear Claire mention these earlier. He then went to fetch more drinks. I exhaled quietly, increasingly impressed by this young man's social grace despite his age. Turns out excellence translates across domains. At work, Liam needed minimal guidance, often outperforming expectations. I started feeling redundant as his mentor, though not completely useless. The office girls chasing after Liam began swarming me. Claire, please. We don't need much. Just find out what kind of girl he likes. This surprised me. While Liam was always pleasant, apparently he showed zero romantic interest. His quiet reserve made admirers too intimidated to approach directly. After much pestering, I cornered him during a lull. Liam. He turned, sunlight catching his eyelashes. I leaned in conspiratorially. So, any special someone? His single status had been office gossip since day one. Liam paused, ears turning pink. The answer was obvious before he spoke. You're not together? I pressed. With his looks, any girl would say yes. Not yet. His voice softened. I don't know if she'd like me. My heart ached for the office admirers. Who knew Liam could pine from afar? Since he already had feelings, matchmaking felt inappropriate. Why hesitate? I persisted. You're total catch material. His eyes suddenly brightened. Gaze intent. Claire, you really think so? Absolutely. The whole office agrees. Just ask her out. Tell me about her, maybe I can help. Curiosity burned. What kind of girl captivated our office prince? Liam's lips parted hesitantly when our manager interrupted. Claire, take Liam to the client meeting this afternoon. Got it. By the time we finished with clients, twilight painted the sky. As soon as I entered the subway station, I heard a commotion up ahead. Glancing over, I saw an elderly woman gripping a young girl's arm while shouting accusations. It turned out she tried tailgating through the fare gate behind the girl. Who'd called her out? Now the woman was making a scene, refusing to let the girl leave. My son's a PhD. Rolling in money. Why would I skip fares? The woman's shrill voice echoed. Look at you. Dressed like some hussy at your age. Shameless liar. The girl, wearing perfectly normal jeans and a tee, burst into tears as security finally intervened. When boarding the train, I silently handed her a tissue pack. Liam studied me. That woman, do you know her? Claire? Of course. Ryan's mother. I kept my voice neutral. Surprised he brought her here already. Though judging by that performance, her critical illness seems miraculously cured. Never met her. I shrugged. Back at the office, I decided to work late to finalize the proposal. You can clock out. Liam. I'll wrap this up. He glanced at my screen. No plans tonight. Let me help. Claire. After hesitation, I accepted. With Liam's sharp mind, we blazed through tasks. Dinner's on me later. I promised. He smiled, settling beside me. Deal. By 10:20 p.m., the last colleague had left. We gathered our things when, thunk, darkness swallowed the building. Power's out. Stairs it is. I froze as Liam stiffened beside me. His breathing turned ragged, skin ice-cold beneath my touch. Liam? Suddenly his trembling fingers locked around mine. Claire. The strained whisper clawed at my chest. I squeezed back. Let's go. We descended 10 flights hand in hand. Only under the lobby's emergency lights did he snap awake, hastily releasing me with flushed ears. Thanks. Anytime. I didn't press. Walking home, I puzzled over his reaction. Fear of darkness? Or something deeper? Claire. I tensed at Ryan's voice. The man materialized like a recurring nightmare. God. When would this end? I kept walking straight ahead, never expecting him to shamelessly chase after me. Claire. I need to talk to you. I stopped dead in my tracks, glaring impatiently. Only then did I notice how haggard Ryan looked. Dark circles bruising his under eyes. Ryan. What part of weary done don't you understand? He sighed heavily. Claire. I needed someone to talk to. Things at home are, his voice cracked. My mom's staying with us now. She hates Emily. And Emily keeps picking fights with her. It's nothing like how you used to. Not my problem. I cut him off coldly. But he kept rambling. I thought she'd be more easygoing. But with Mom's temper, his bitter laugh grated my nerves. Of course, Mrs. Sullivan would clash with Emily. That gold-digging socialite would never tolerate the constant criticism I'd endured for years. I'd bent over backward trying to please that woman, only to be told daily how lucky I was to date her precious son. Amusement curled my lips. Let me get this straight, you're whining to your ex about your current girlfriend? How original. Instead of taking offense, Ryan's eyes lit up. You're jealous. I knew you couldn't forget me that easily. These past weeks, I've been thinking about. Don't touch me. I recoiled as he lunged for a hug. His fingers barely grazed my sleeve when a dark blur tackled him to the pavement. My hands flew to my mouth. Liam? Ryan scrambled up, clutching his bleeding nose. You psycho. I'll press charges. Liam's icy smirk sent chills down my spine, a far cry from his usual gentle demeanor. Be my guest. The security cameras will show who instigated this. My pulse roared as I stared at the transformed man. This sharp-edged version of Liam was mesmerizing. Ryan's bravado crumbled under Liam's glacial stare. Claire, he tried weakly. Don't. My voice could have frozen lava. That name coming from you makes me sick. He flinched like I'd slapped him. But you loved me. Channeling every rom-com cliché. I hooked my arm through Liam's. To his credit, he only stiffened momentarily before sliding a protective arm around my waist. Turns out I had terrible taste. I declared. Now that I've found someone real, do us all a favor and disappear. Unless you want my boyfriend to finish what he started. Liam's fingers flexed against my hip as he deadpanned. Need it spelled out slower? Ryan's face purpled, veins bulging as he glared at Liam's possessive grip. After an eternity, he stormed off, kicking a trash can for good measure. The tension dissolved with his retreating footsteps, leaving only the warmth of Liam's palm searing through my shirt. We sprang apart like magnets reversed. Thanks for, back there. I stammered, fixing my hair. Anytime. His gaze darted to a street lamp. Should have walked you home earlier. My cheeks burned. Wait. Were you following? Late night. He interrupted hastily. Didn't want you walking alone. The unspoken admission hung between us, heavier than the humid summer air. My throat dried as I grasped for casual conversation, finally landing on the lamest possible, "So, coffee sometime? To thank you?" His slow smile could have powered the city grid. "I thought you'd never ask." "Then, thank you." And about what I said earlier, Liam suddenly looked up, starlight flickering in his eyes. I stumbled through an explanation. "I only claimed you were my boyfriend to make him back off. Hope you don't mind." The light in Liam's eyes dimmed. After a long pause, he smiled faintly. "No problem. Glad I could help." The suffocating silence returned. "Let's head back," Liam finally said. I nodded repeatedly, turning toward home. Several steps later, I realized he was still following at a respectful distance, escorting me all the way to my apartment building. "Liam, really? Thank you for today." He chuckled. "No need for formalities. Claire, get some rest." I didn't dare meet his gaze, bolting upstairs like Cinderella fleeing the ball. The moment I entered, freshly showered Jessica gaped at me. "Claire, why's your face tomato red?" I mumbled excuses, fled to my room, then crept to the balcony. Beneath the amber streetlight stood a lean silhouette. When he suddenly glanced upward, my heart somersaulted. I slammed the window shut. Ding. My phone lit up. "Liam, just wanted to make sure you got in safe. Heading out now? Sleep well, sis." I slapped my cheeks. "Get a grip. Claire." "So what if an unfairly gorgeous guy helped you out?" "Doesn't mean anything. He'd probably walk any coworker home. That's just Liam being Liam." After my blush subsided, I painstakingly typed back. I vowed to maintain professional distance henceforth. Prolonged exposure to that human serotonin boost could make a nun reconsider her vows. Next morning, I rehearsed casual greetings all commute, only to find his desk empty. "Oh, Liam called in sick. Didn't he tell you?" a colleague mentioned. My stomach dropped. "Sick? Since when?" Memories flashed, his violent punch during yesterday's confrontation, the way he trembled during the blackout. "Claire, heard you're unwell? Everything okay?" Minutes crawled by before his reply. "Liam, just a cold. No worries." Relief flooded me. "Claire, rest up then." He responded with a bunny nodding emoji. I snorted, imagining his puppy-eyed compliance. "Claire, spill." Jessica materialized behind me. I nearly dropped my phone. "Just cat videos." "Bullshit. That's your crushing hard face." "Who's the guy?" My pulse skyrocketed. "I'm married to my job." "Jess. When would I even?" "Keep telling yourself that." She sing-songed, waltzing away. I stared at Liam's text thread, the bunny still innocently blinking. Jessica touched her chin. "You're right," I sent her away with lingering guilt. When Liam arrived for work the next day appearing completely normal, I finally relaxed until realizing how overly attentive I'd become toward him lately. This wasn't healthy. Over the following weeks, I deliberately minimized interactions with Liam beyond essential work exchanges. Several times he seemed to want conversation but missed his chance. This morning, a delicate gift box awaited at my desk. Hesitant, I opened it to reveal an intricately crafted rabbit-shaped cake. A coworker gasped. "Claire, that bakery's custom cakes cost at least 4 figures. Who's courting you with such extravagant gestures?" Shocked by the price tag, I failed to identify the sender until spotting Liam's arrival. Pulling him aside, I demanded, "Did you buy this?" Liam cleared his throat, avoiding direct answer. "Do you like it? This costs a month's internship salary." "I appreciate the gesture, but we should return it." His laughter rang warm. "Claire, you can't return custom birthday cakes. Consider it gratitude for mentoring me." He tilted his head. "Unless you dislike it?" "It's lovely." The exquisite rabbit design captivated me despite protests. Then it's worth every penny. His gaze locked with mine, sending my pulse racing as I looked away sharply. Ryan had always dismissed flowers and cakes as frivolous. Our years together brought only casual dinners for special occasions, practicality over romance. Yet now I understood the irreplaceable joy of being cherished. Still, Liam's extravagance unsettled me. 3 days later, I presented a Navy gift box. "Congratulations on your first month." His smile faded upon discovering the silver tie clip inside, its price meticulously matching the cakes. "Claire." His voice tightened. "Must we keep score so precisely?" The hurt flashing across his face pierced deeper than any 4-digit receipt. I chuckled. "Don't worry. Claire has money. Besides, I'm practically your mentor here. Isn't it natural to give my protégé a little gift?" I flashed a thumbs up. "Out of all the newbies I've trained, Liam, you're easily top of the class." Liam watched me silently, those sharp eyes undoubtedly dissecting my choice of the word mentor. After a beat, his gaze dropped to the gift box. "Would you do this for anyone else?" "Not necessarily." I shrugged, lowering my voice conspiratorially. "But no one else gets the VIP treatment like you do." The light in his eyes dimmed. Long moments passed before he accepted the gift with a strained smile. "Understood. Thanks, Claire." The incident rippled through our dynamic like a pebble tossed into still water, leaving invisible yet palpable tension in its wake. We maintained our professional rhythm, collaborating on projects, attending team events, yet an intangible barrier now existed between us. Liam rapidly evolved into our department's rising star. His focused intensity during work hours drew admirers like moths to flame. Mornings often revealed lavish gifts crowding his desk: heart-shaped chocolates, boutique coffee tumblers, handwritten notes in perfumed envelopes. These tributes invariably vanished by lunch, though whether discarded or cherished remained his secret. I moved apartments that weekend, settling into a barely lived-in condo where the previous owner's renovation suited my needs perfectly. Exhausted after moving boxes, I nearly collided with Liam while leaving the office. "Claire's going on a date?" His question hung in the elevator's suffocating silence as we descended. "Meeting someone." "Yes." I stared resolutely at my phone. "Does he adore you?" "Too early to tell." "Will you love him?" I met his burning gaze. "That's irrelevant. And none of your business." "Liam." He stepped closer, voice roughened. "Isn't it?" The elevator dinged at the lobby, his unspoken words lingering heavier than the humid summer air outside. "Is this matter unrelated to me?" "Yes." "I'm nothing. Who you want to see, who you want to be with, none of it concerns me." "But can't I even ask?" I furrowed my brows. "Liam Harrison." He seemed not to hear, stepping closer with rare stubbornness etched across his sharp features. "And what do you mean it doesn't matter? How could affection not matter between two people?" I stared calmly. "What exactly are you trying to say?" Liam's lips pressed into a thin line, dark lashes trembling as if charged with both nervousness and recklessness. His Adam's apple bobbed. "I love you, Claire. Could you really not tell?" The silence throbbed with heartbeat echoes. I tilted my head up, smiling coolly. "I know now." "So what? What difference does it make?" His expression froze, clearly unprepared for this reaction. "Claire, I'm approaching 30. I have neither interest nor energy for romantic games anymore." My voice stayed eerily calm. 9 years. That's how long my last relationship lasted. It broke me. I can't afford another gamble. "You're different," I continued, watching his face pale. 22. Ivy League degree. Promising career. Ridiculously handsome. You could have any girl. Why waste time on me?" His voice cracked. "Because I'm younger. My feelings mean nothing? How do you know I'm not serious?" You don't. Ding. The elevator doors slid open. I stepped back into the hallway. The last man who promised me forever wasted 9 prime years of my life. I don't have another youth to verify your sincerity. Liam. His hand twitched toward mine before freezing midair. There were shadows in his eyes I refused to decipher. Waving goodbye. I turned away. Take care. Claire Mitchell. What happened between you and Liam? Jessica Carter whispered over lunch, nodding toward the cafeteria's far corner. He hasn't joined us all week. Following her gaze, I saw the tall newcomer from marketing, Lu Meng, with her long black hair and effortless elegance, smiling brightly at Liam's table. Is that seat taken? Liam didn't look up from his salad. It's a company cafeteria. Sit wherever. Undeterred, the girl slid into the chair. Then I'll take that as permission. Jessica nudged me. Girls like that? No man stands a chance. She'll have Liam wrapped around her finger by month's end. I focused on my phone. Maybe. Who's so important? Jessica craned her neck. That balding engineer your mom's been pushing? The one with the receding hairline? I shrugged. Meeting him this weekend. Might have a great personality. Personality? Jessica snorted. The guy who demanded 10 filtered photos before agreeing to coffee? Please. You're 29. Not dead. Have some standards. Her voice cut off as laughter erupted from Liam's table. Lu Meng's manicured hand now rested near his tray, glossy hair brushing his shoulder as she leaned in to whisper something. Liam's posture remained rigid, but his chopsticks had stopped moving. Hey, Liam Harrison. You're not eating? Lu Meng's surprised voice followed as she trailed behind Liam heading out. I don't like cafeteria food either. Want to order delivery? What's your favorite? Not necessary. Liam walked past without stopping. I lowered my gaze to the meeting time and location my blind date had just sent, replying okay before locking my phone. That weekend, I arrived 15 minutes early at the designated cafe to encounter Ryan and Emily browsing diamond rings in the lobby. Their heated argument carried across the jewelry counter. Emily cradled her barely visible baby bump, tears streaming. Ryan! Have you no conscience? First your mother bullies me. Now you? Ryan looked pained. Emily. This one's too expensive. Mom's medical bills, our house down payment. So me and our child should suffer? Emily's voice turned shrill. Buy this today or I'm getting an abortion. We're through. Wait, that's not what Ryan grabbed her wrist. Wait? You think I'm as naive as Claire? Emily sneered. She's off having fun with her toy boy while. Slap. The resounding crack silenced the store. Ryan froze mid-swing as dozens of stares burned into them. His gaze suddenly met mine across the showroom floor, panic flashing across his features before morphing into desperate hope. Claire. I turned into the ascending escalator crowd. Emily's renewed wails fading below. Strangely, the scene left me numb. Only one thought surfaced: when did I get a toy boyfriend? Though that imaginary guy's probably found some real girlfriend by now. You already own property? My date's smile stiffened. Wouldn't dual mortgages lower our quality of life? I sipped jasmine tea, calculating escape routes. My salary covers my mortgage independently. But combined expenses, he fidgeted. MS. Mitchell. I'm not after your money. Since we're serious about marriage, shouldn't assets be shared? Sell your condo to fund our dream home renovations. I stood abruptly. We're incompatible. Women your age can't afford to be picky. He called after me. The audacity. Jessica nearly spilled our boba teas. You're gorgeous. Successful. And he wants your equity? Please. Unless he's got Liam's looks to be a trophy husband. Enough. I flicked her forehead. Men ain't worth a dime. Jessica declared. Claire. Come to murder mystery night. We're short players. Which explains why I found myself at the game parlor later. digging nails into Jessica's thigh under the table. "This is your short on players?" Liam sat diagonally across, Lu Meng hovering nearby. His presence commanded the room like always. Our eyes met briefly during role assignments before his attention returned to the scribble sharp jawline and detached elegance. Even Lu Meng kept cautious distance. The game's high school bullying plot thickened as we searched a classroom. Suddenly, click. Lights died. Screams erupted as darkness swallowed us whole. Jessica was practically buzzing with excitement. She's always loved creepy, eerie atmospheres and rushed out first. My heart suddenly sank as Liam's strained expression during that office blackout flashed through my mind. Instinctively, I turned to look for him. He stood by the wall, his tall frame barely visible in the dim light. Utterly still. For some reason, anxiety prickled at me. I walked over. "Liam?" I whispered. Everyone else remained absorbed in the game, oblivious to our corner. His head hung slightly, body trembling as if trapped in a nightmare. Hesitating, I touched his hand. My fingers were suddenly crushed in a vice-like grip. Before I could react, I was yanked against a solid, warm chest. He held me tightly, as if terrified of losing his most precious treasure. The lights snapped on. "Claire! Come quick, Liam!" Every head swiveled toward our entangled figures in the corner. I shoved Liam away reflexively. He slammed into the wall with a pained grunt, catching himself awkwardly. Guilt flared, but with so many watching, especially Lu Meng, whose cheerful mask had cracked into something brittle, I froze. The rest blurred into a haze of sideways glances and poorly concealed smirks. No one outright commented, but their eyes screamed gossip. "Idiot!" I berated myself on the walk home. "You swore to stay away from Liam. And now this?" Jessica kept shooting me furtive looks, clearly dying to ask. "Claire, you and Liam. He's scared of the dark," I blurted. "During that office blackout last month, he seemed off." I guessed. The over-explanation hung between us like neon signage. Jessica coughed. "Right. Our Claire's just being her usual nurturing self. Definitely not worried about him. Or liking him." I reached to argue, then froze. My phone was missing. I refused Jessica's offer to backtrack, insisting the walk wasn't far. But rounding the escape room's staircase later, Lu Meng's voice stopped me cold. "She doesn't like you." I held my breath. "Not your concern." Liam's reply could have frostbitten the air. Lu Meng sounded desperate now. "Liam! You're years younger. From completely different worlds, she's just playing with you." A bitter chuckle. "I wish she were." Silence. "Stay out of my life," Liam said. "Even if Claire never cares. That's my burden." Footsteps pattered away. I tried to retreat, but Liam turned the corner and froze. "Forgot my phone." I choked out. Wordlessly, he pulled it from his pocket. Was coming to return it. Our fingers brushed. His were ice cold again. I took the paper, scrambling for words. "Thanks. But next time you plan something like this, maybe check the situation first." He shoved a hand in his pocket, smiling bitterly. "Then how would I see you?" My traitorous heart skipped again. Back when he'd kept his feelings hidden without confessing, I could pretend not to notice. But now, since when did kids become so brutally direct? Irritation prickled my skin. Yet the things he'd said to Jessica kept rooting me in place. "Liam." I drew a steadying breath. I thought I made myself clear that day. Liam paused. "I know. But you heard everything earlier, right?" My grip tightened on my phone as I met his gaze. "Liam, this is harassment. Jessica's right, no matter what you say or do. I can't return your feelings. Stop wasting your time. It's not worth it." His interruption came sharp. eyes blazing with stubborn fire. "You're not my girlfriend. Why do you care?" The retort died in my throat. Spinning on my heel, I marched toward the exit. Liam's longer strides easily matched my pace, his calm demeanor making me look like the flustered one. After moments of tense silence, he murmured, "Claire, why did you come back for me earlier?" My pulse spiked. I quickened my steps without answering. We reached the lobby where a grinning guy waved at Liam. "Hey Harrison, how'd the murder mystery go?" Recognition slammed into me. This was the game master. And he clearly knew Liam would be here today. I whirled around, betrayal sharp on my tongue. "You planned this?" The game master froze awkwardly as Liam grabbed my wrist, tugging me outside. Cool night air slapped my face as I yanked free. "Liam! Answer me! Did you?" "Yes." His admission came smooth as silk, golden eyes crinkling with triumph. "Every bit of it." The confession stole my words. "See, Claire?" He stepped closer, heat radiating between us. "I own my choices. Can you say the same?" When I stumbled back, his hand shot out to steady me. "Why did you come back?" His breath mingled with mine as decades stretched between heartbeats. Slowly, unbearably, a smile bloomed across Liam's face. He dipped his head level with mine, sunlight breaking through storm clouds. "You like me." Certainty rang in every syllable. "You were worried earlier. Admit it." Youthful passion radiated from him like summer pavement heat. My cheeks burned as I snapped. "Fine. You're attractive and competent, anyone would be tempted. But Liam..." His smile dimmed. "This can't happen." The neon sign above us flickered as Liam searched my face. When he finally spoke, his voice held winter's first frost. "Why?" "Because," my throat tightened around truths I'd buried. "You're my student. I'm your teaching assistant. Even if," I gestured between us, "this feels real, it's temporary. You'll graduate in 6 months and realize." Bullshit. My jaw dropped at the vulgarity. Liam crowded closer, desperation cracking his composure. 6 months? I've wanted you since freshman orientation. 3 years. Claire, does this look temporary to you? His trembling hand brushed my cheek, scorching where it lingered. You think I don't know about the age gap? The rules? I've had 3 years to consider every damn objection. Night traffic blurred around us as his forehead pressed against mine. "Tell me you don't feel this. Look me in the eye and say it." The words dissolved like sugar in rain. Liam's exhale shook. "That's what I thought." Suddenly, his lips brushed my ear. "Meet me tomorrow. Coffee. No teaching titles, just Claire and Liam." Before I could refuse, he stepped back, smile bittersweet. "If you don't show, I'll stop. I swear." He walked away, leaving me clutching the murder mystery script and the business card he'd slipped into my hand. "You're wonderful. But that's exactly why I don't deserve you. I'm happy you like me. But that's all it can be. Someday you'll meet someone more suitable. Someone you'll love more." "Why didn't it work out with that guy from your last blind date?" Liam suddenly asked. The abrupt shift caught me off guard. How did we end up talking about this? Didn't he dislike that you already owned a home and wanted you to help pay his mortgage? "Jessica. That traitor." I blurted out. I'd only mentioned this in passing to her, telling my parents it was personality differences. "I'm different," Liam insisted, his jaw tightening. "If you're willing, Claire, I could help pay your mortgage instead." I massaged my temples. "Liam, this isn't just about mortgages. Your ex cheated. I'd never do that, I only want you." Even after previous confessions, his blunt sincerity made my pulse quicken. "I'll learn everything you like and avoid anything you dislike." His gaze burned with intensity. There won't be anyone more compatible or beloved than you. Not ever. My eyes inexplicably stung. How can you be so sure? Because I know. Liam swallowed hard. His palms glistening with nervous sweat, yet his voice remained steady. I've loved you since I was 17. The world tilted. 5 heartbeats passed before I choked out. But we never met before. Do you remember the equipment malfunction at Mount Dragon Amusement Park's 5D Theater 5 summers ago? My breath caught. You were there too? Originally, Ryan and I had planned to go together. But he bailed last minute. Determined not to waste my anticipation, I went alone. Mid-screening, the film abruptly stopped. Staff offered compensation vouchers. But my frustration over Ryan's flakiness made me storm out, except. The boy sitting to your left, that was me. Liam's ears flushed pink. The theater was dim. But I remember your voice. And, he ducked his head. Your fresh, clean scent. My cheeks burned. Liam, are you a bloodhound or something? Cool night air did nothing to soothe my flaming face as he continued. I have mild claustrophobia. When the lights died, I froze. Then you touched my shoulder. Hey buddy. Time to go. His imitation of my younger self startled a laugh from me. That voice kept echoing in my head for weeks. Liam's thumb brushed my knuckles. When I saw you arguing with your ex on the subway months later, I thought, maybe fate was giving me a chance. His lashes lowered. Others got their chances. Why can't I? The raw vulnerability in those words shattered my defenses. Streetlights haloed his tousled hair as he leaned closer. Our shared breath fogging in the chill. Somewhere. A car alarm wailed, or was that my racing heart? My throat constricted. Need time. Liam immediately straightened, though disappointment flickered across his features. Of course. I'll wait. His retreating figure blurred through unshed tears. The crisp scent of his cologne lingered, bergamot and something indefinably warm. My fingers absently traced the theater ticket stubs still tucked in my wallet from that fateful day. Had destiny been nudging us all along? Yes. Why him of all people? I closed my eyes and kissed him. Because I love you, Liam. I gripped his hand tightly, my heart pounding violently. Not that it couldn't be you. It could only ever be you. He froze momentarily before his eyes lit up with overwhelming joy, pulling me into his arms and kissing me back. All those differences between us? Forget them. None of it matters. It's simply that the right version of you and me finally found our matching rhythm and love. I ran into Ryan 3 months later. Seeing him standing under my apartment building made me instantly irritable. How did you even find out where I live? Ryan's eyes brightened when he saw me, though his haggard appearance couldn't be concealed. Claire, he murmured. You look stunning today. I kept my eyes on my phone where Liam had just texted he'd arrive soon. Ryan took 2 steps forward. Claire, Emily and I broke up. Let's start over. Okay? What nonsense was this? I frowned up at him. He wiped his face with trembling hands. I finally understand, you're the one I truly love. Every day since we split. Claire. 9 years. You're part of my DNA now. I can't function without you. Give me another chance. Please? Recent gossip said Emily had miscarried and blasted him and his mother on social media before cutting ties. Now he came crawling back? Did I look like some gullible fool? Sorry. I cut him off. My boyfriend's here. Ryan's jaw dropped as a Kian pulled up. His expression turned comical when Liam stepped out. Liam gave him a cursory glance before taking my bag with a warm smile. Long wait? I shook my head but whispered. Why the flashy car? I'd only learned after dating Liam that his family wealth far exceeded my assumptions. This guy chose to work at our company instead of joining his family business, peak rich kid behavior. Liam's eyes sparkled. Today's special. Ryan suddenly shouted. Claire, I know the truth. He's not really your boyfriend, you hired him to make me jealous. Oh. Well informed, aren't we? I shrugged. True. He's not my boyfriend anymore. Ryan's face lit up. See? I knew you still. He's my fiancé. I beamed. Ryan's expression shattered. Liam raised an eyebrow, interlacing our fingers to display the engagement ring he just slipped on me. Stop harassing my future wife. She dislikes it. Understood? The platinum bands glinted. Today was our courthouse date. I'd thought it rushed. But Liam moved fast. At 1 month dating, he charmed my parents during a hometown visit, turning them into enthusiastic wedding planners. By month 2, I met his parents. Turns out his mother was a former client I'd assisted, making introductions smoother. Month 3, Liam handed me keys to our renovated home. That's when I discovered his mortgage help meant he bought the property outright, no loans. Now here we were. Fast forwarded to marriage. Ryan stared at our joined hands and matching rings like a gutted man. Finally, he covered his face and sank to his knees. I'm sorry, so sorry, his broken voice left me cold. Liam tugged my hand, grinning. Let's roll, champ. I blinked and smiled. Sure. I'll go with you. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more exciting stories. And drop your thoughts on this one in the comments. See you next time.